What advice can you give to people who receive RSUs, restricted stock units?
So RSUs are at the heart. They're phantom stock. They're stock that it hasn't been issued yet. It won't be issued until it actually vests. And this is a little bit different than what we call an RSA, a restricted stock award. I don't want to get too deep into that one, But again, the RSU isn't issued yet, and so it's phantom stock. And so what happens is there's usually it's a 4-year vest. There's a cliff in year one, meaning that typically you won't be able to vest any shares until after you've had your first anniversary with the company, and then after that, typically it vests monthly. Sometimes it's quarterly, and as it vests, if you're already IPO'd, what happens is whatever the fair market value is on the day of the vest, that gets stuck into your W-2. The company will sell roughly 50% of the shares to cover the tax, which is again subject to FICA and Medicare, as well as income for both federal and state. If you're at a pre-IPO company, it vests, but companies typically have what's called the dual trigger. And what that means is there's a time trigger, meaning that yes, you have these shares, they're yours, but there's also what's called a second trigger, which is a liquidity event. So you can't sell them until something's happened with the company. It's been acquired, it's gone direct listing, it's gone IPO or SPAC. And so once that happens, now they all vest in one fell swoop. So if you've been at a place for 4 years and they've been giving you double trigger RSUs, and let's say it's 50,000 shares, over 4 years, all of a sudden, it goes IPO. Sometimes companies will have the trigger be IPO date. Sometimes they'll have the trigger be 6 months after, or the day that you can sell them, which is a lot nicer. If you want to, if the people on the podcast want to do some light reading, check out Uber's IPO and what they did with their RSUs. That was a mess. But if it's been 4 years, and let's say you hit that second trigger date, all of a sudden you have a flood of income on your W-2. I mean, depending on the price of the shares and how many shares you have, it could be hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars at your W-2 just in one fell swoop. And a lot of times, because RSUs are considered bonus, they're subject to supplemental withholding, not regular withholding. So oftentimes, they will under withhold severely on your RSUs, and all of a sudden you'll have a huge tax bill due in April that you didn't know about. So you got to be very, if you're in a situation where you're going to have a lot of RSUs vest at once, you really need to see a tax person to do a tax projection, or do your if you're going to do it yourself, God bless you, and good luck. I hope you get it right because you don't want to pay penalties and interest and all that. But yeah, that's the RSU thing.